Marooned on Triton.
Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Marooned on Triton. So, last episode, we built a drone. Oh, I guess we finished a drone and modified it to be a slightly different drone. We've got two drones. This is one of them, and I think its expression. Maybe I brought this upon myself by making it confused from the get-go. But yeah, just kind of up here. We may see if we can fix that. But we've got a lot of other stuff to do if we want to build a fleet of drones that can go and take on the enemy base. Take out the Buddybot HQ. So, I guess we need to get on that. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of floating around up there. It's too far out of range for me to really do much of anything. Huh. I wonder. I mean, I have the sort of flying platform. I didn't really intend it to leave the cave, but maybe if I get up there within range, I can reset something? I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing to just leave it floating up there either, but my concern is, it's not going to run forever. Eventually, if that thing runs out of power, I don't want it falling on, the base. Okay. Now, hopefully it won't run from me. We are very high up in this thing that is only dubiously safe. Hello, drone. Yes, hi. No, don't go any higher. Here, stop following. Maybe let's set the distance closer. Cycle that off. Then tell it to follow. Nope. Oh no. And out of range. Oh, I should set the antenna further. Okay. Antenna. Set you to 500 meters. Now. Oh. Step away from there. Okay. Let's just turn the AI off. So then I can take control. Hello, little guard drone. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, follow me. Let's try doing that. So it goes up. And then if I go down, it tries to go down. I'm wondering if, yeah, this has to do with the fact that it doesn't have a downward thruster. Let's turn these off. Let's just fly manual. I mean, I should just be able to lower. In fact, if I just turn that off. Whew. Good thing I thought to turn that on real quick. Oh, right. I was wondering why it went out of range at 500 or at 250 meters. It's because my suit range only goes that far. So I should really only set the drones to that far too. Because I have to have two-way communication. It's a good thing I hit that button when I did. I had a feeling that I wasn't going to last long. Or that I'd fall out of range before, you know, the ground came. So if I drop to like 200 meters below it, I'm just gonna have to sort of relay it down. Cannot establish. Oh wait, maybe mine. Oh, I think I'm only 150, not 250. Well, I'm connected to it. I can control it up to 200, but I can only reach it from 150. And this drone technology stuff is tricky business. This may be the last little jump, though. Let's hope that drone doesn't notice my antics. It's a fair way away. Okay. Here is the ground. So now I get to the ground. And probably just go straight inside. Fun idea, but I don't think the guarding concept is going to be particularly well grounded if the thing doesn't even, you know, stay, if it can't stay close. Maybe we try sticking a single downward facing thruster somewhere. If I do that, I'll probably want to modify the other drone as well. So where could a downward thruster go? You know, I think I have an idea here. So I was also complaining about a lack of space back here for the various things I'd kind of want. Because ideally I could have essentially a switch between different AI modules. So I'd have the basic follow me and guard, and then a switch into attack mode. If I extend the whole thing back one, just like one block, I can stick a thruster, a downward thruster right here. I can have the other AI bits I need. And yeah, that should give me enough room for kind of everything I'd want. Here, let's, you don't need to see this. I think we grind this drone down, take its parts, so that we can build a new one, because if I'm going to be making a change like that where I can have both functionalities in one, there's no need to have a redundant drone around. Maybe I should have connected this battery up to the base and drained it before doing this. No, it's actually... that's something to note. In its time up there, which wasn't all that long, it went from nearly full down to about 20%. So these things don't have a ton of battery life either. So, we'll have this AI basic block that will do, well, the basic. Now what does, if I'm right, the defensive block makes it, that's just to let it run away. I don't think I need that. I could use the recorder, but I think that's gonna be too much effort. I'm just gonna, well, try my best when I have to launch these things of just launching them and hoping they go where they're supposed to go. So, let's do... Actually, if I stick that up there, take off the lower little fins, could I... I'm not going to be able to place them there anyway because of the ground issue. Yeah, I'm going to have to... just position it in the way that it can hover. Yeah, so if I kind of just put some slopes, can have the thrusters on there. Maybe I stick some extra emergency batteries back here. Nah, probably not even worth it. But I could now lower this in like so. Redo that. Then merge block. Yeah, maybe we change how this is a setup. Those will be temporary blocks, but then have those coming in. All that gets kind of held on. I don't love these. I don't love the thruster placement. But it's one of those things I'm gonna just struggle to come up with something I do like, so it may just be worth accepting it. Okay. It was bothering me, so we'll just go back to how it was before. And maybe in here, we'll just kinda, you know, have some visual supports. Need to go ahead and add all those thrusters. Then, so I have this thingy. Yeah, so I think what I should be able to do, if I go in here, so many options. I feel like there should be something that it triggers on distance from an enemy. Oh, maybe... Hold on. Is that part of any of these AI blocks? Yeah, movement, offensive. I'm thinking that may actually be part of the defensive block. So maybe I do have a reason for having one here. Defensive block. Uh... Yeah, I don't want it to flee. Did I miss in this something? So you got altitude, angle change, blocks added or removed. Cargo fill, cockpit occupied. Distance to locked target, but I don't want it to have to lock the target. Got door opened. Gas, grid change. Natural gravity changed. Do it off pistons. What I'm trying to figure out is a way to make it switch between modes. So it'll be running this basic until an enemy is detected, in which case it will switch to offensive combat. I'm not seeing any good way to do that. Okay, if that's the case, I think we can do some light optimization here. I don't think this will break things. So, I'm just gonna put the basic AI here. We won't have the event controller. And then here at the sort of tail section, we'll just do that. That should get the idea across. And I guess while I'm at it, just because the more I look at this, the more I think it'll improve the visuals. So we'll still have the, oh right. So we'll still have the things kind of, you know, down here, off-centered-y. But we'll do it in such a way that they still kind of flow together decently well. I think this is about as good as we're probably going to get. So, now, back down you go. Make sure all the thrusters are thrusters, and turn them off. Well, I guess we set things up again. I think this is a good finalized drone. Let's go ahead and make it the drone with a very bad thumbnail photo. Set this back up on the printer. And now it's not perfect, but it should be, well, it should do enough of what we need that it will work. If I'm right, I should just need to change one of these by one. I think that'll work. We won't bother printing it now, but that should be good. Now, let's see if we can't figure out materials. 'Cause I'm gonna need a bunch of stuff. I tried to fiddle with this thing before and it didn't really work. I'm sure someone intelligent could make that happen, but I don't think I'm gonna bother because it also does a bunch of stuff I don't need. Speaking of what I need, so ammunition's gonna be probably the biggest thing because I've still got a ton of iron, plenty of nickel and silicon. Got some silver, some cobalt. Cobalt could be important too. I do have a bunch of these explosives. I could disassemble them. Maybe I'd disassemble these as well. See how much magnesium I get out of this process. But I'm thinking I'm gonna want a better mining method as well. Because to go and get those choice resources that I don't just have available, I wonder if it would be good to have some sort of flying machine. Or... Ooh. I've got an idea. Let's get some power. So, the downside with a flying-only miner is I've got to carry all that mass that I mine back with me. Which means it's got to have a bunch of batteries and a bunch of other stuff, and it's just kind of a pain. But, if I were to build essentially a sort of truck, not with that, but build something that's big enough that I can kind of, you know, have some cargo on it, and then have a separate little flying control module that is the miner that takes off from that, goes and does the mining, then returns to the sort of truck frame, and that's how it gathers resources. Because then, once I'm actually transporting all the stuff long distance, it's over the ground with wheels and it's fairly efficient. So let's try this. I'm gonna need to get up there. Maybe 2 large cargos. Ooh, I should do this differently too. But if I have maybe 2 large cargo containers, they're all piped up via a central tube. Put that tube here. So, central tube. You know, I think I'm designing this the wrong way. I need the flying thing first. It's the actual little mini miner. Then I design a truck to set it on. And I'm thinking the craft itself is going to be fairly basic. So, we'll have a drill. We have a battery. Do we put a cockpit straight on? Yeah, let's put a cockpit. And we'll maybe balance that with something off the other side. In fact, we could do with that. So it'll be a little asymmetrical, but should do the job as a very basic little miner that essentially just holds enough cargo in it. It's essentially just a drill. And it'll make a bunch of little trips very close by to offload that drill, and then drive home with all of its gathered goodies. I mean, it's definitely a thing. It's here. Maybe I do... You know what? I feel this deserves like a rounded corner. Just for the hell of it. Yeah, this should work. Yeah, flies decently well. So, oh, there's one more thing, actually. There's one more thing that it needs, and I can do it from on the ground. So, for this to be the control for the, truck, it also needs to be able to merge to the truck. Since you can't control through a, conveyor port. So, that should work. Now... Okay. There's going to be some setup stuff, and it's going to be a little complex. I want, first off, the mining rig thrusters. Set that to sort of be an area. This will be sort of forward headlights. So, this is something I want to try. It'll just be a little alert, so let's go ahead. So normally that red light will be off, but we'll set up one of these event controllers so that when the cargo is at, let's say 95% on the drill, it'll turn it on. Otherwise, it will be off. So, that'll work. We'll have to test that. Well, I say that'll work. It'll hopefully work, and we'll have to test it. As we fill up with the drill, hopefully that light will come on, and it'll be enough red out of the corner of my eye that I'll be like, oh, okay, time to stop drilling. And go and unload. So now... I guess we move this out of the way and build the truck. We'll set this first cargo container, yeah, up like that. And then the next one we'll do like this. That way the two containers have large ports connecting them and can have a large conveyor at the end, but at the front here I can have a small conveyor port and an affiliated merging block. So that's going to be kind of the basis of the truck. So we go 2 blocks. Actually, okay, this has to change a bit. I need to make sure that the battery and stuff doesn't merge to the truck frame. So, to do that, I'm just going to shift this stuff up a bit. So this sort of connecting mechanism is up above the sort of surface and leave me enough room that I can actually connect. Yeah, this truck should have extra batteries on it. That way it can charge the flyer up as it goes. Maybe we undo these. Ooh, and we'll stick one of those in there. So there's still useful cargo space, but I have also room to fit a battery in. So now, wheels. And can I... Yes, I can put wheels there. Though, do I use these big ones? I think it'll look kind of silly with the smaller wheels. But I don't know. So if I kind of wrap the frame like that, I mean, I'll have less ground clearance, but I don't really need ground clearance. And it may help a bit to actually keep everything kind of lower to the ground. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. So I want to go 2 blocks there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. I need more steel for that. I'll have a double set of wheels as well. They should end up kind of right underneath this. So the drill will be kind of sticking forward. We'll have this sort of empty area where it goes. Yeah, I think that should work. Yeah, and if I want to, maybe I stick 2 more batteries out the side here. But maybe we'll just go with this and see how it does. It will be a little long, but hopefully that won't be an issue, considering most of the terrain is fairly flat. Truck is free. I am noticing a potential danger with this front section only being connected via this one run. I mean, I had this kind of alternating. Maybe I just kind of make it straight just so that there's, you know, more than one point of failure. Even if it's just 3 points of failure right next to each other. Now, I should be able... Yeah, let's go in and set up this other event controller, which I want... let's see... Merge block merged. So I want it to detect from this merge block. Then, so when it's merged, I will have the thrusters off. When it's unmerged, thrusters will turn on. When it is merged, I need to name what my ejector thing is called. So it'll turn off the thrusters. It will lock, then unlock that. Everything else should be good. I could maybe have it disable the drill, but I don't think I'm going to need that. Yeah. So essentially what will happen is... So on my hotbar here, I don't need a control for my thrusters. I just need a control to toggle on and off the merge block, and that'll control my thrusters and my connector and all that stuff. So I'll kind of, you know, I will dock up, it'll happen automatically, and once I'm on, everything will switch to drive mode. When I undo the merge block, everything switches to flight mode and I can go mine. So now I need... Yeah, let's have... Throw out, on, off. I'll have collect all, always on. I need to set up my conveyor sorter to only allow stone. And probably ice. So ice. And so many things start with S. Stone. So as I'm mining, that will throw out all the sort of waste materials, so I just get the ores. Yeah. Is there anything else I need? Not at the moment. I'll probably have more things set up for once I'm connected to the truck. So I guess let's go and connect to the truck. So I've got these sort of guide rails that I can come in on. Okay, that did not work. Why did event controller not event? Merge block is merged. Okay. Maybe it wasn't listening before. So merge block is not merged. There we go. It just needed to cycle. Yeah, so now thrusters are off and I can control my wheels of this monstrosity of a vehicle. This thing may be too long. Shoot, does it fit on... If it doesn't fit on the platform... Oh no. I mean, it just fits on the elevator, so I guess I'm good. How much? I mean, just sitting here, I've got a day of power in each battery, so I'd say that's good. I may... Let's reverse the thingy. Let's do... So, handbrake on, off. We'll have switch lock for the big thing. I think the last thing that this probably needs... It doesn't necessarily even need it. It's maybe a turret up there, just to kind of, you know, give me a modicum of protection. Whoop. Well, that doesn't help. Is there any good way I can climb this vehicle? Not really. We'll just do a good old-fashioned ramp and fail to jump off it. You know, I've made prettier vehicles. Though actually... I mean, the drone's pretty. It looks good. Crane. I've made the odd pretty vehicle now and again. So we'll fill that with ammo just so that we're moderately protected. Engine's running, so the batteries should be filling up. Burn all the ice. I think it's time to go and test this thing. I guess real quick, can I disconnect? Nope. Okay, I don't think my rails... I didn't think these merged the things, but apparently maybe they did. Okay. There we go. Seems to not always register and the thing's been docked. In fact, it didn't. Yeah, this thing's not working nearly as well as I thought it would. Let's maybe turn the magnetism on this thing right off. Okay, so we're ready to dock. Magnets pulled, and did it get confused? Okay, I don't understand why. Oh, I wonder if it's because this is also... No, it's called small connector 2. That one's still small connector. Automation's supposed to solve all my problems. Why isn't it locking? Okay, I don't understand. But it'll work. Let's do something to our wheels. Let's go do some mining. It's nice and sunny for... right? Okay. Always surprises me. I always forget. Power systems. And then I should have probably a control for... we'll just have... yeah. To toggle it on and off. Just in case I come up across something that has a power system I want. So I guess my first destination here should be some cobalt, because we needed that. That's close enough to home, it'll be a good test. Oh, you know something I did forget? An ore detector. That would have been handy. Alright. Disconnect. And drill. So what I'm going to want to do first here is essentially widen out my hole so that I can actually get down to the minerals. And I may want to do this in a couple passes because while I can sort of angle down at the moment, that's probably not going to stay that way. Okay, here's the silver. I should maybe go around it. I'm starting to kick up some dust, which doesn't help. Third person view is probably better for this. Can't remember what's down there, but that would be my cobalt, complete with a big old boulder or something that I must have forgotten. So let's turn on our ejector, start getting some blue. Oh. Okay, so the light works. It's warning me to pause. How much? Yeah. Dang. I was worried about that. One ejector is not all that quick. I'm gonna have to mine kind of in spurts. That seems full. So now we attempt to get out of here. I'm gonna have the big drill on to big drill my way back out, because that'll improve my trip in the future. The bright side about this vehicle being so small is I can kinda fit pretty well within my own drill hole. So I don't have to worry too much about moving around and positioning myself in such a way that I can move. I hope that thing doesn't notice me, because my one turret will only do so much. Also, the batteries are quite low. So now the benefit is, because I'm only using the drill for cargo, as I kind of dock, that drill will push its cargo into the containers. Meaning I don't have to worry about, emptying it manually. Or having some conveyor sorting system, which I could easily have fit into this thing. Well, there's an enemy on the horizon. I'm rather low on power. I think that's where we're going to call it for today. So, we have a mining machine, which isn't something I necessarily went into this endeavor thinking I'd build, but kind of came naturally, and I think it's going to be very useful, because we're going to need things like cobalt and a whole lot of magnesium that frankly has been a pain in the butt to hand mine. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out any of the other stuff I've done, and until next week, bye bye.